Hello everyone, hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be unboxing a soundtrack from a Star Wars movie. You've probably guessed which one, but first I'm going to be expressing my opinions on Star Wars movies, and I've seen it on the internet for years, how vocal and angry some people can get over these movies. So I'm just saying that if you do message me because you disagree with me, I'd love to talk to you about these movies and know why you disagree with me. But if you try to rip my head off, I will just block you. I get it. I've been doing music reviews now for almost 2 years, and I get it a lot where people some Beatles fans get absolutely outraged when I tell them that first is Oasis is my favourite band, and then second it's the Beatles. And it's completely fine if you disagree with me, but some people get so angry, they're so stuck up, and their head is so far up their own ass that they can't let me have my favourite band. So I just block you if you come at me. But anyway, today we're unboxing this. Now you probably guessed which film it is. This film is iconic for being terrible. I don't think it's that bad, but Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. So, lovely front cover. Album cover then. Great. I love Darth Maul and just how cool that looks. What's it? A film poster, that's the word. I'm so tired. Back is Darth Maul, even cooler. Darth Maul's the best character in this film. Great gatefold. Hopefully you can see that. And then you can pause it and read it if you want. Cool. I want to have a look now. Yeah, that's so cool. God, I love it. That's brilliant, isn't it? George Lucas and John Williams. Side 1, Star Wars main theme. Duel of Fates is the second song, which is good. That's the best song in the album. Best song in the film, sorry. So this is just brilliant. And then that is cool. That's Darth Maul. Darth Sidious, or he would become the Emperor. And then it's a picture disc. I didn't know that. That is so cool. So it says Star Wars on that side. If I get it in the light, you can see it. And then Episode 1. How cool is that? I didn't know that. Is the other one a picture disc? So I'm imagining this is about Jedi, yeah. So Obi-Wan Kenobi, Master Qui-Gon Jinn, and that is cool. Look at that. Oh, that is brilliant. I did make a thing. I said a few weeks ago I wouldn't buy picture discs again, but I didn't know this was a picture disc, so don't, it's not my fault. But this is brilliant. Now about the movie. So our story begins way back in a galaxy far, far away in 2020, when lockdown in the UK had just ended, and the big fancy cinema in town started playing 80s movies. You may remember this because I did a video on it last year, and they were playing Empire Strikes Back. Now, I'd never seen a Star Wars movie before that point, and I just thought, why not? Let's go and watch it. I mean, it's infamous, Even without seeing it, I knew it was one of the greatest films of all time. I go and watch my first Star Wars film in the cinema. Fantastic experience. I knew what was going to happen, but I was still on the edge of my cinema seat. I loved every second of it. And Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, is still my favourite Star Wars movie. I think it did everything perfect, and I think it's one of the greatest films ever made. And seeing it in the cinema was just, it was astonishing. It's a really great experience, As much as I've loved watching the other films on that TV up there, seeing it in the cinema was brilliant. But we then skip forward to December, and I decide that I watched Episode 5 again, but then I realised I should probably watch the other films. So I thought that I would start with Episode 1 and go through 9, because on Disney Plus they have 1 through 9. I haven't watched the Clone Wars, or any like the mini-series in between the films. I only watched the major 9 films. And so that leads us on to this film. Yeah, it's my biggest problem with this film is that there isn't really a lead character in the film. Like, I if it's Obi-Wan Kenobi, then why do we have Qui-Gon? You know, I feel like the film could have started with Obi-Wan Kenobi meeting Anakin, and then he starts training Anakin or something like that. It don't really make sense, and a lot of this film was just too long and dull. Like, the pod racing scene went on for way too long. Some of the accents, like the Trade Federation, the Viceroy, I think he's called, his accent is ridiculous, and it makes me laugh every time. But then the good things about this movie were like the last half an hour. The Duel of Fates battle between Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and Darth Maul is brilliant. I love the Gungans fighting the droid army, even though the CGI looks absolutely awful. So the reason why I picked this up overall is because this film is so bad it's good. I love this film because of how shit it is. It's just awful. And I love how, looking through this again, Jar Jar Binks is there. That's the only part of this release where there's a picture of him, where he's even mentioned or featured. Now, I know that his character is infamous, and probably billions of people do not like Jar Jar Binks, and I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, I thought he was a character for kids, you know, that, pardon me, the childish comic relief, but it was alright. It's a shame that the actor got so much hate and it was so reviled that it ruined his life. It also ruined the kid who played Anakin, quit acting after that film because he was bullied for pretty much the rest of his life. And it's a shame. I thought he did a pretty good job as kid Anakin. You know, he was a kid. His acting wasn't that bad. But yeah, so that leads us on to episode 2, which I think is so much better. So episode 2 and episode 3 are some of my favourite Star Wars films. But episode 2 is just, I love how we get to see Coruscant and we get to see more of this city they built up. I love the love story, even though it's a bit cringy, between Anakin and Padme. I don't like sand. It's coarse and it's rough, and you're sweating, Anakin. It's a bit, but the bit where Obi-Wan goes to Kamino and sees all the all the clones being built was brilliant. That really intrigued me. And the bit, then the music, the score, where they show you the droids on my mind. The clone army was brilliant. That really really makes the film. And then the last half an hour or the last hour of the film, where the Jedi are fighting the droids and Obi-Wan and Anakin and Yoda. I can't believe I forgot his name. And Yoda were fighting Darth Tyrannus or Count Dooku, who is so cool. Count Dooku, I forget the actor's name, but he is brilliant. I love when the Sand people kidnap, I can't remember Anakin's mum's name, but they kidnap Anakin's mum and they kill her, and he is pissed. That's the first time that he becomes Darth Vader, or we start to see the anger in him, and he just slaughters everyone, and I thought that was brilliant. I absolutely love that. And the way he's shouting, so Anakin's shouting at you that I killed them, I can't say it on YouTube, but he doesn't just kill the men, let's say that. And Padme still agrees to sleep with him, so she's, it's kind of her own fault. Episode 3 is just brilliant. I really enjoyed it. I love everything about it. I love how Palpatine or Chancellor Palpatine, that's the word. The way throughout the whole film, he's trying to convince Anakin to join the dark side. I love how Anakin just slaughters Count Dooku at the start, and then, but the end for me, the end of that film is just so perfect. The Order 66 theme, well, the theme music's great, but the bit where they just slaughter all the Jedi is amazing. And the bit where Anakin and Obi-Wan are fighting, really, it's just super cool. And it really keeps me engaged. I love Palpatine and Anakin are in a play, some sort of opera, and he's telling him about the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise. I think it's Darth Plagueis. And it's just such a cool scene. The guy who plays the Emperor is so talented, and I love that film. I love how Anakin becomes Darth Vader. I think that is brilliant. So moving on from there, we go to Han Solo. I believe it's Solo next. I might be wrong. It's either Solo or Rogue One, but I'm going to go with Solo. I watched it, I finished it, but I didn't really enjoy it. It was all right. It wasn't anything special of a film, and I don't want to. If you like it, that's great, but I never really thought much of it. And then Rogue One. Rogue One is brilliant. I love this story of just matched characters coming together to find the Death Star plans, and I know it bridges the gap between 3 and 4. And I love the ending of that film. When that film ends, that's the start of episode 4. I think that's brilliant. And when Darth Vader's just walking through, slaughtering everyone, just fantastic. Episode 4 is amazing. That's a cult classic. That's one of the greatest films ever. So episode 6 was weird. I don't know. There's a bit in episode 6 or a bit at the start in Jabba's palace, where there's a whole scene with this weird alien singing, and I swear, even though I hadn't seen the original cut of the film, I know that they were remastered or George Lucas brought out new versions of the films, but that whole alien scene just really put me off. It's like, what the hell is this? But otherwise, it's a cult classic. You know, it's one of the best films ever made. Now, the sequels get a lot of hate online, and I don't really want to add to that, but unfortunately I only enjoyed episode 7. Episode 7 was great, but then I just didn't, I don't know, Finn's character never really went anywhere. I never really cared about Kylo Ren or Ben Solo. I just didn't, he killed Han, which is really shocking. Well, I knew that Han Solo died, that was spoiled for me years ago, but I just didn't really, I just didn't care about the characters mainly. That was the biggest problem. The visuals were amazing, but the character, and Rey was another problem. I just didn't, in my personal opinion, she wasn't likable as a character. Neither was Poe or any of them. And I hate how Palpatine comes back. Now, I'm obviously not that versed in Star Wars lore, so if someone wanted to explain that to me, they could. But the whole Palpatine coming back doesn't make any sense at all, at least for me at the moment, because Darth Vader gave his life to save his son, to stop Palpatine, stop the Emperor, you know. And surely if the Emperor was never actually dead, then the whole end of episode 6 is irrelevant. It doesn't matter anymore. You know, is it retconning? Is that the term? Where now that episode 9 exists, the end of episode 6 doesn't matter. But overall, they were good films. I just didn't really care about the characters. But overall, Star Wars is amazing, and I'm a huge fan of the franchise now. I know I'm late. I'm about 40 years too late, but it's just brilliant. And I wanted to pick. I'm not going to buy all the soundtracks because I'm not that interested, but this film is iconic and it's sort of a meme at this point, so I had to pick it up. Also, Darth Maul looks really cool. So I'm going to use this as like, I'm going to put this up on the shelf this way round so I can see Darth Maul. I'm also now probably going to put one of these picture discs on the wall. I haven't put any picture discs on the wall yet, even though I keep telling you I will. But I'm going to buy a frame and I'm going to do it. But anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about Star Wars down below. And I'll see you again soon. Take care, everyone. There are two of them.